he feels like he plays on his quote, the best darn team in the country. Stay tuned. Do you like that kind of confidence out of your senior leaders?
Well, our guys should be confident. We've played well. We've played consistently well. You want them to be confident. That's not necessarily my style, but to each his own. Kayvon's played well, and that's, I think he's very comfortable in handling himself in that way, and he likes to put pressure on himself.
What's he kind of like behind the scenes? I mean, he's just been kind of obviously a very good, sounds like a very good team leader whenever he addresses us. He's one of the better guys with the media. How is he behind the scenes?
That's the same. He's very invested in the program. He's really grown up through the program, matured, and through, again, just like you naturally would going to college. I think he's really shown an appreciation for his opportunity and appreciation for his teammates. And, he's a great worker, great leader. He shows up every day and really cares about, his teammates and, how we play. So he wears his emotions on his sleeve, and, he's an open book.
Have you had a chance, I don't know if you've had much of a chance, to kind of be around him the last couple of days, get prepared, playing the game, but he obviously said this is an emotional week. It means a lot for him. He's glad you're playing Virginia. It's a team that didn't really give him any love in the recruiting process. Do you get that sense? Have you had a chance to talk with him at all?
I don't know. I haven't. I haven't. And I'm not sure, was that staff there? Were they just getting there? In fairness to them. But, like I said, to each his own. Kayvon is, he's always had a chip on his shoulder, which helps him be a good player and a great competitor, So, initially was a lightly recruited guy on a really good team, and he was a great player. And, but he's brought that same chip, on his shoulder to college too. So it's good.
For all the preparation that you go into games confident like Kayvon does, or did you go in kind of fearing the worst, like this is going to be this could happen? What is your approach to the game?
I'm just very systematic. If you do X, Y, Z, then this is going to be the result that you get. So just very much a believer in the process and the preparation and then what you see every day throughout the week. But I got a lot of respect for the game, for the opponents, for the coaching, and for things that happen within the game. So you really try to prepare for stress, prepare for adversity, and not just yourself, but particularly your players. And so that they don't have this, again, false sense of security, even though we've got a great week of prep or we match up well, whatever it is, you try to get them to, again, have great respect for the game. And so that when you have a kind of focus and a sense of desperation and a great deal of urgency, and because of the respect for the game and the opponent and the schemes and for things that are out of your control, on the other side of the ball or in the kicking game, just a lot of things happen. So, and really our program kind of develops that as well. Just the tough-mindedness and the belief, confidence, the togetherness. We've got, again, great cohesion and trust and chemistry, which helps you through, adversity. There's no finger pointing and things of that nature. A lot of ownership. And as a coach, that's what you really appreciate about this group of guys. You go to the sideline and there you got 6,000 mistakes that happened on the last drive. And there's a lot of ownership. Nobody's worried about who's getting the blame. We just got to fix, what we're doing. And because, if you show a weakness or make a mistake, they're going to come back and check you. So you got to get it, corrected. So, that's personally for me, that's where the focus lies. It's within the process itself and the preparation. And again, I just have, I have probably the same amount of concern, if you will, for every opponent that we play going into the game. No more, no less, regardless of playing for a championship or it's game two going against an FCS opponent, 1AA. It's the same. And because I think, how you play well is the same.
Is there a point
Yeah, sure.
Ramos said they were playing the Charlotte game, he had a big six. He blew his confidence because of the count. Do you think a couple of other plays were big fouls acting like he thought it led to a big six, it led to an interception?
Well, I mean, things often, it might be as simple as, look, when we're in this coverage, this quarterback's going to hold the ball. So if you're a D lineman, you can't get stuck on an edge. You got to be ready for the quarterback. Then maybe he's a runner, scrambling around. Now that what's going to happen on this call, there's a good chance the receivers are going to be in a scramble drill. So you're going to have a little bit longer, coverage. On this call, in this formation, the ball's going to come out really, really fast. So now you got to, again, get certain leverages and maybe tighten down on alignment, things of that nature. So that happens every single week. We had a play. I can't remember what it was. I know we talked about it here in the media, that things worked out just perfect. I said this never happens, but once in a while, like a pick or something like that will happen, and it's exactly how we drew it up, and it's a big play in the game. But I really think, if we've done our homework and preparation, that it happens multiple times within a game.
That was in. You look at Bryce Perkins, his 475 yards last week when he's done through the season. What do you compare him to as far as what you've seen this year?
Oh, compare him. I just look at him as a great player, all in him on his own. He's a heart and soul of their offense. They've done a tremendous job building an offense around him. They're extremely efficient, very difficult to defend. They're in a lot of RPO modes with a really big, strong, fast quarterback that can run it with well-designed quarterback runs. And they do a good job of moving the pocket and taking advantage of his athletic ability with, rollouts and boots and things of that nature. And they got an excellent group of skill guys, particularly at receiver and at tight end. They really utilize those. They play strong, run really good routes, make a ton of competitive plays, back shoulder throws, tight coverage. They win a lot. They're very efficient on early downs. They're one of the top teams in the country on third downs as a result of early down success. And they want to possess the football. And they do a great job at doing exactly that. I'm sure on the year they've definitely won the time of possession. And that's a key part of what they do. But really smart, again, well-designed scheme, and just a tremendous player. Plays, again, with great toughness. Good instincts, great awareness. They put a lot on him at the line of scrimmage, as opposed to checking to the sideline and letting the coaches help him. He's doing it all on his own.
That was said before the season that you thought teams would probably go after DK a good bit because they weren't going to throw in AJ. Just how important has DK's play been this year?
Yeah, he's been great. Staying healthy and his maturation and his improvement, the confidence that he plays in. Of course, he made a critical play. Was probably our big play, of the game on defense. Came at a great time for us. Offense, goes right back and punches it in. But again, he's still, like we said afterwards, he's still just scratching the surface on what he can be, and hopefully he'll be if he continues to invest and be detail oriented, and he's got a tremendous natural skill set for it.
Is this about what you expected for him his first year playing the position?
I mean, probably hopeful, again, expected. That's to assume a lot to me, and I don't really assume anything. You got to go out and do it, but he's put in the work, and again, he works at practice and strains himself and has made the kind of improvement that shows up on game day.
So as these watches from cash or elsewhere, do you have a take on technical fundamentals right now to stay up?
Not really. I don't. It's a space game. It's tempo oriented. A lot of skill guys all over the place. A lot of offenses getting 5 guys out and forcing everybody to play out in space, and it's kind of a byproduct, if you will, at times. So, I think, it's no different. What you need fundamentals, as much as anything. Guys that can play with quickness and good fundamentals and your positioning. I think understanding of, not only your position, but where all your help is on any particular call helps guys be a little bit more sound and better tackling unit. And then it helps too when you have good athletes, but just because you're a good athlete, if you don't know where your help is, you look like a complete fool out in space like anybody. So I think, there's an importance put on your fundamentals and again, understanding and awareness of, your call and where your help is, so you can make those, plays consistently in space.
The rest of this group, what's your assessment of how they?
Our defense, it's been noticeable, and in some years it is, and some years it isn't, but it's been very noticeable. And the two most noticeable aspects are the improvement, defensive line wise, and then just our leadership and consistency. Our guys coming in every week, and again, we said it a million times, but it's really the core to how you're able to sustain, particularly late, but all year, is a real tough-mindedness, a great focus, a great maturity about what you really want, and then your willingness to sacrifice and just let that lamp that's right in front of you shine, and just keep your eyes right there in front of your feet. And because everybody wants to look all around and lose focus and just lose your edge and don't quite work as hard or take care of your body or sleep right. And because early in the year it's easy, just like those marathons, man, those people just take off right out the gate, and then who's able to sustain? Not many. So those are the two things that really stand out to us on defense.
As the tackling, you talk about the positioning, talk about.
We've gotten better. I thought we had some young guys in that front seven that early in the year. We're still not as good as you want to be, but had some young guys in the front seven that a little overly excited at times, or again, not knowing when they got to have their feet under their shoulders and regrow their base. Not every hit needs to be a knockout. You got to have, again, good fundamentals even in the A gap. You got to have good fundamentals, and but I've seen subtle improvement that way, but we could still be better. And that's what we said to our guys after the game is, we all know, every single guy in here knows that we can still be better, whether it's A.J. Terrell, Kayvon Wallace, Jamie Skalski, Xavier Thompson. Man, there's so much that we need to continue to improve. And, whatever it is, we'll for sure play, through December, and so practicing as well. So we've got, at least a couple more games left. And, whatever that is, a month of practice, give or take. Oh, man, you just go down all the list. Xavier's done well, and but he'll be the first one to tell you, I need to improve everything, all of it. And from alignments to his handwork, his footwork, understanding, of the system, and he's still a very young player, as a first-year co-starter. So taking good angles, again, just the discipline about putting your eyes where they belong and trusting what your key tells you to do, run and pass, and don't try to make plays. You start trying to make plays, we're not going to play very well.